Most amazing towns and small cities to visit in Italy. Italy, the land of Rome, Venice, Florence. Sure, you know the classics. But what if I told you that some of the country's most breathtaking places aren't where the crowds are, but where the stories are? Small towns nestled in the hills, coastal villages painted in pastels, medieval cities that never quite left the Renaissance behind. Today, we're stepping off the beaten path and diving into the most amazing towns and small cities in Italy. The ones that whisper history, serve meals your soul will remember, and make you wonder why anyone ever rushes through this country. Orvieto. Perched on a plateau of volcanic rock in Umbria, Orvieto is the kind of town that makes you do a double take. From afar, it looks like a fortress floating above the countryside. Up close, it's a time capsule wrapped in stone and mystery. Its Gothic cathedral is one of the most stunning in all of Italy, with a golden mosaic facade that glows at sunset. But the real magic? It's underground. Beneath the city lies a labyrinth of ancient tunnels, wells, and secret passages. Over 1,200 caves carved out over thousands of years. And while it's rich in history, Orvieto is far from frozen in time. Orvieto doesn't shout, it sings softly and beautifully. Alberobello. It sounds like a fairy tale, and when you see it, you'll believe it. Alberobello, in the southern region of Puglia, is famous for its truly whitewashed, cone-roofed houses that look like hobbit homes built by Italian stonemasons. Walking through the town feels surreal, like stepping into a children's storybook brought to life. But behind the charm is craftsmanship. These dry stone dwellings are built without mortar, using ancient techniques passed down for centuries. The roofs are often marked with symbols: Christian, pagan, even astrological. Locals say each one holds a secret. Whether you explore the quiet lanes of Rione Aia Piccola or climb up for a panoramic view of the Trulli skyline, Alberobello is not just quirky, it's unforgettable. And yes, you can even sleep in a Trullo if you're lucky. Cefalù. On Sicily's northern coast lies Cefalù, a coastal gem where golden sands meet medieval streets, and time seems to slow with the tide. The first time you see it, a town backed by a dramatic rocky cliff and fronted by a turquoise sea, you'll wonder why it isn't world famous. But that's the secret. Cefalù has all the charm of Amalfi, but with a fraction of the crowd. Its Norman cathedral is awe-inspiring, with gold mosaics shimmering inside like sunlight frozen in glass. The beach? Pure bliss. Walk the seafront promenade, eat fresh-caught swordfish by the harbor, and climb La Rocca at sunset for views that'll stay with you forever. Cefalù is summer in slow motion, and you'll never want to press play again. Montepulciano. High on a Tuscan hill, surrounded by vineyards that produce some of the world's finest wine, Montepulciano is Italy distilled. Every step here is a postcard. Stone streets winding past Renaissance palaces, wine cellars carved into cliffs, and panoramic views stretching all the way to Umbria. This town isn't just beautiful, it's alive with flavor. The local wine, Vino Nobile di Montepulciano, is legendary, and you can taste it in ancient underground cantinas lit by candlelight. But Montepulciano isn't just for wine lovers, it's for dreamers. For anyone who's ever wanted to watch the sunset over rolling hills, church bells echoing in the background, while holding a glass of something extraordinary. Montepulciano doesn't impress, it enchants. Porto Venere. Everyone knows Cinque Terre, but just around the coast lies a village that locals swear is even better, Porto Venere. And once you arrive, you'll understand why. Pastel buildings cling to the shoreline, waves lap against cliffs, and a medieval church stands at the edge of a rocky promontory like it's guarding the sea itself. It's quieter than its neighbors, but no less stunning. Wander through Byron's grotto, where the poet once swam. Take a boat to nearby islands with names that sound like spells: Palmaria, Tino, and Tenedo. This is the Ligurian coast without the chaos, just pure Italian beauty seasoned with sea spray and poetry. Bergamo. Split in two, Città Alta and Città Bassa. Bergamo feels like two cities woven into one unforgettable experience. The upper city is a medieval masterpiece, perched above the lower half like a crown. Encircled by UNESCO-protected Venetian walls, It's a maze of narrow streets, bell towers, and courtyards bursting with charm. The Piazza Vecchia is a stunner, one of the most beautiful squares in Europe. But Bergamo isn't stuck in the past. The lower city is vibrant, modern, and brimming with style. Ride the funicular between the two and feel like you're time traveling. And if you're looking for authenticity without losing an ounce of beauty, Bergamo is your golden ticket. Civita di Bagnoregio. They call it La città che muore, the dying city. And yet, when you see Civita di Bagnoregio, it feels more alive than anything. Perched atop a crumbling cliff, accessible only by a narrow pedestrian bridge, this town looks like it was painted by hand. Erosion threatens its base, but the spirit of Civita remains untouchable. With only a handful of residents, it's one of the quietest places in Italy, and one of the most hauntingly beautiful. Stone houses draped in ivy, cats sunning themselves on steps. A breeze that carries centuries. Civita isn't a town you visit, it's a moment you feel. A living museum of what was, and what still is. Matera. Carved directly into the rock, Matera is unlike any other place in the world. This city of sassi, or cave dwellings, has been continuously inhabited for over 9,000 years, making it one of the oldest cities on Earth. At one point, Matera was so poor and forgotten, it was called the shame of Italy. But today, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a cinematic wonder. Films like The Passion of the Christ and No Time to Die were shot here, and it's easy to see why. Matera's beauty is raw, ancient, and oddly spiritual. By day, it glows in soft beige tones. By night, it lights up like a nativity scene. Walk its stone paths, explore churches hidden inside caves, and realize you're not just seeing history, you're walking inside it. Lecce. Often called the Florence of the South, Lecce is a Baroque jewel in the heel of Italy's boot. But while Florence leans classical, Lecce leans theatrical. The stone here, soft, golden, and sculpted like whipped cream, turns every facade into a masterpiece. Churches, fountains, arches, they're not just buildings, they're performances in stone. And yet, Lecce feels modern too. Its streets buzz with students, artists, and energy. Cafes spill onto piazzas. Aperitivo stretches into midnight. Lecce is where history dances with style. If Florence is elegance, Lecce is drama. And trust me, you'll love every minute of it. Finale Ligure. Tucked along the Ligurian coast, Finale Ligure is a beach town with a secret. It's also one of the best climbing and biking spots in Europe. So while others are crowding the beaches of Cinque Terre, Finale offers golden sands, medieval streets, and epic trails, all without the chaos. The historic center, Final Borgo, is a walled city with cobbled alleys and artisan shops that feel lost in time. But just a short ride away, cliffs and forests that adrenaline junkies dream about. Finale is a rare breed, a town where you can sip espresso and rappel off a cliff on the same day. Welcome to Italy's most underrated coastal escape. If even one of these places made you pause and dream, hit that like button. Tell us in the comments, which town are you dying to see in real life? And if you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button now to join our community of explorers who crave the hidden, the beautiful, and the unforgettable.